vehicles that they've arranged to be here, which is this electric vehicle here. It really works. It's an electric vehicle which is literally controlled from an iPad. Can't quite see it because of the reflection, but there's the dashboard, which, as you can see, has no wires, nothing at all there. And the heart of the system is this iPad here, which I'm going to pan round to. So we've got an iPad as the main control, dashboard, everything. I've got to say that this is actually directly controlling the motors at the back. So there is no other system apart from the iPad which is running the motors, battery control. Batteries at the back, and the motors at the back. So these two sensors here are Zigbee receivers, which then communicate with the iPad to drive the wheels. Do you want to say anything about your vehicle? Or yeah. Go on then. I'm from Catapult, so.
Okay.
So go on. Explain it in better detail than I.
Oh, I think you explained it in very good detail. It's a wireless body control system. So Zigbee is the main wireless transport.
Right.
It's also fuseless, so there's actually one fuse in the battery, but then everything else is high side driven. So control units monitor the current going to the lights. If there's a bulb failure or a high current, it detects that and reports it back to the dash.
Right.
And then the iPad is the dash, the iPad is the key. The iPad effectively is the whole user interface for the car. And
right.
This is an extreme prototype. There's no stalks or anything, just to see how far you can take the concept.
Fair play. And has the iPad ever restarted?
Oh, the iPad's done all sorts of interesting things. The main issue with the iPad is actually at a show, Goodwood last year, it got too hot.
Right.
But I mean, you wouldn't be able to sit in the car either. I mean,
yeah.
The iPad had gone up to 70 degrees C. The iPad is, it's been okay. I mean, the wireless has been surprisingly robust. The wireless is more robust in some ways than wired because you're sending wireless signals through an inherently noisy inverter, and it's no problem at all. Whereas some of the signal wiring in that area of the car gets affected by the EMI from the inverters. The iPad itself, the biggest issue with the iPad is the fact it's an iPad. Apple are very close with their technology. They don't share how you interface with it very freely, so it makes it challenging to just discuss it. To simple things like getting the iPad to charge at a high rate requires a protocol that Apple don't release.
Got it. And why did you pick Zigbee as opposed to Bluetooth and Wi-Fi? Because presumably Zigbee is not native on the iPad, is it? So.
No, it's not. We originally thought the project was going to use Bluetooth, and it's even blue. And then we went with Zigbee because of its, partly because of its availability, partly because it's a mesh network, so it's robust to losing a node. Or if one node misses a message, all the others retransmit the messages. So because we've got a long range, we could transmit to the building over there. So looking at the future, thinking, well, if you want to start doing land trades, this car can talk to the cars in front and behind.
Got it.
So it kind of stacked up at a number of levels, and it's a cost-effective, well-proven security network that is mainly for buildings at the moment, and things like Wi-Fi transceivers are an order of magnitude more expensive than the Zigbee transceivers. So we're also looking at what we might practically want to use in the future.
Got it. Okay. And last question: in terms of the actual chassis of the car, was that bespoke built for this, or was it modified from something?
It's a modified car. It's a car called GTM Libra. This is the last GTM Libra ever made.